Hello YouTube! I'm going to be doing something very different today. So, I'm in a single player server that I made by myself a while ago. Let's see, it was a year ago that I made this server, and this is just a single player server that I made. It took me about the whole entire summer last year, and it is supposed to be all of Gravity Falls. Now, I tried to make this video before, but I had some issues, but those issues will not happen this time, and I will be able to record everything. Sorry about that. So, I'm going to be showing off the Gravity Falls world in Minecraft, starting with the Mystery Shack. Under the letters, Mystery Shack with the S that's fallen off. The Mystery Shack golf cart. Now, if I go into a chest, I will not say what's in it because, for some chests and some signs, I will not say what it says just because you can read it and you can understand the reference if you've watched Gravity Falls. And if not, please go watch Gravity Falls because it's a really good show. So I'm just going to be going over these signs so that you can read them. Some of these signs I will say what it says because it may need some explaining. But other than that, just keep in mind that there's a lot of references to the show, and if you haven't watched the show, a lot of this just won't make any sense. And some of these are just references to certain episodes. Now, this is the first thing I have to explain. So, in the show, there is a hidden door in the Mystery Shack that they find that leads to a wax figure room. It does not look like this at all in the show, but this is just how I decided to make it. And these are supposed to be all the wax figures, and there's one that's melted because it was near the window too long, and that's what this is supposed to be. It's supposed to be the chair that Stan sits in while watching TV. This is something you'll see a lot as I go through the video. This is a working fridge in Minecraft. Behind it is the redstone that actually goes outside of the house. So I will be showing that right now, and I got a piece of steak from it. Now, as I said before, I tried to make a recording of it. First time I got some salmon. But in this recording, I will not have the same issue as I had in the first one. Upstairs, this is Dipper Mabel's room. Some cobwebs. I know to everyone this just looks like sticky pistons, but it's supposed to be mold because in one of the episodes, Mabel points out that there's mold on the roof. And it's supposed to be waddles. And over here, it's just some of the items that Dipper has. Ignore all of the text because this is a banner. That's why all that stuff is in there. But the important thing is that's the black light that Dipper uses in the show. That's supposed to be Bill Cipher because Bill Cipher's in the window. And it's just some stuff that I decided to add in. Now over here is supposed to be a room. It's kind of hidden, and it has illegal fireworks. They use this in one of the episodes. Now, oops, this is supposed to be a hidden room near the bookcase that they find that is supposed to be where 4 used to live in. And this is supposed to be a tag for the carpet, saying Experiment 78. If you watch the episode, you would know what the carpet is. And these are supposed to be Ford's glasses. I couldn't think of another way to make these look any better. There probably was, and I just didn't think of it. But those are supposed to be Ford's glasses. And that's about it for his room. And this is supposed to be Stan's room. I made Stan's room way too big. His room is small and a cluttered mess. That's what this carpet is supposed to be for. It's supposed to look more like papers, which it kind of does. And this is supposed to be his stuff. And over here behind the painting, this actually has a reference to the room. That's all just one big reference from the show. It's just a reference from a certain episode. I'm not gonna. If I say something's a reference, I'm not going to point out what it is. Wait. Okay. I'm not gonna point out what it is because, well, if you watch the show, you would instantly know the reference. So I'm not gonna say what the references are. Up this ladder is supposed to be where they hang out and they throw pine cones at the target. So over here is the vending machine. Now instead of me having a hidden door behind it, which I thought about doing at first, I then realized I couldn't do that because behind it is another room. So I decided it'd be better if I just had a water elevator. This is supposed to... Sorry about that. This is supposed to be the portal, all 3 journals. And this is supposed to be where, yep, the portal is. And below that is supposed to be Ford's study room. This is only shown in 1 episode, and there isn't much going on in this room, so that's why there isn't a whole lot of stuff in it. Over here is supposed to be the bottomless pit. It's just a pit that goes down into the void. In this chest is just some banners. It's not really important. Yeah. Over here, this is supposed to be the hide behind. And over here is the tent of telepathy, which there's not a whole lot in it. That was it. Over here is the public pool. This is where there's a kid behind the bars near the pool. More references over here. There's some stuff that would probably be in a storage area, and then these 2 items are references. And then over here, you're probably thinking, why would I make a diving area with slime blocks? And the reason I chose it is that you can actually jump off of the block. Over here is the greasy diner, the manliness tester. That's about it for the greasy diner. Over here is the junkyard where Old Man McGucket lives. This is the closest I could get to an Old Man McGucket. I apologize for that. These are supposed to be the Jackamelons from the Submarine episode. I felt like pointing that one out. Some references I guess I will point out. Yes. Those last two items in the chest were just stuff that I thought Old Man McGucket would probably have. Over here is supposed to be the water tower with Gravity Falls and a muffin that Robbie spray painted. Over here is a bait and tackle shop. Now over here is the Gobblewonker. You're gonna notice some weird red flashes over there. It's gonna make sense in just a second. It's because when they in the episode where they find the Gobblewonker, there's a bunch of fog, so that's what that's supposed to be. This is the closest thing I can do for that. This is Skullbutt Island, and here's the Gobblewonker and a bunch of water that I had to place down. I remember I had to make a line of TNT, light it, and then fill this all with water, and I did not do a very good job. I tried my best, but didn't turn out very well. So right now, I'm gonna head over. Now, I had to make my own way to get to the Dusk to Dawn. The way is you'd have to go up the ladder, and you can do this without using a potion of swiftness. I'm just using this so that I can make the video go by faster. Basically, you jump down here and you get into the Dusk to Dawn, where there's a sign there's a sign that says, "Warning: anyone who enters will be dead." Which I don't remember if that's what it said in the show or not, but I have the same entryway that they have in the show where they go in and down here. Just gonna go show off these signs here. These are supposed to be the ghosts in the show. The blood stained on the floor, and just this is the Dusk to Dawn. That's about it. Okay, over here is just a pit cola machine. I did have to use custom heads. I used custom heads a lot during this, and this is where the redstone is for the fridge. It does take some redstone for it. I will not show a tutorial for it. You have to go just search it on to YouTube, probably how to make working fridge in Minecraft, something like that. Over here is supposed to be the Manatar Cave with the leader Roar, I think was his name. So over here I'm going to show off some stuff from the Weird Mageddon, which was the last few episodes of Gravity Falls. This is supposed to be where Bill was at, and this is supposed to be the throne that Bill had made out of all the people from Gravity Falls. And this is supposed to be the cage with Gideon. The Alex head was as close as I could get to Gideon head. This is supposed to be Bill Cipher at the very end of Gravity Falls, where he was turned into stone. And over here is supposed to be Bill Cipher from when he was entering in from Weird Mageddon. Now, this is one thing that is definitely not in the show whatsoever. I just made this so that I could get to that other end very quick. And it's just an area where I can do this and just sprint all the way over to here. going to be showing off Wendy's home. Now, I did have to guess the interior because we're not shown it. We're only shown Wendy's room. So this is supposed to be her room. There's nothing in this chest. It's just supposed to be like a dresser drawer kind of thing. That's it for her room. That's another working fridge. Just nothing over there. Over here is supposed to be the cemetery, which I actually found a way to make just with letters. We're not really shown on the interior, and I made this way too big. We're only really shown that there's a coffin with a dead person in it. They use as a table, and I just had to guess a lot with this interior. Just another bathroom. And up here is supposed to be where Mabel goes upstairs, see all the pictures of Robbie as he ages and looks progressively worse. And this is supposed to be Robbie's room. I'm using a dart holder so that you can just take a bow and arrow and aim for the button, because when you do that, it lights up. So that's what that's for. Now, obviously, this room is not very well lit, and just a lot of the lighting in this world is not that well. So, if you actually try to make this in survival or any server where just you have mobs turned on, it probably won't end very well. I recommend if you try to make this in survival, first off, it will take an incredibly long time, unless you have multiple people, in which case it still probably will take a long time. And also, use better lighting than I did. I did keep some areas very well lit, but still, there's still a chance for mobs to spawn in. I forgot that I actually made this working. Go in there. Over here, you probably noticed this, is, it's supposed to be from the episode, I think the name was Irrational Treasure, where they find they find a president who, oh man, I forgot what it was. I think the something and a half president. It was on the -$1 bill. So this is where they find him at. Just a bunch. All that's in these chests are just papers that say classified files. It's supposed to be a telescope. That's really it for this room. And the reason I did not hit any of these pressure plates is because there's just a bunch of arrows in them. Now, over here is supposed to be Nathaniel Northwest, and if you notice on the sign over here, I did make a typo, and I made this about a year ago, and did not notice that. This is supposed to be Zeus's grandma's home. Nothing in that chest. Over here is supposed to be his stuff. These are supposed to be some of the games he plays. Some of the stuff he owns. It's just supposed to be the backyard. And over here is the arcade in Gravity Falls. Now, in here I included the references that they made, and then I added in some stuff just to make it more of an arcade, which I had an air hockey table. I did have a lot of references from Gravity Falls, and I made my own references, you may notice. So that's it for the arcade, and down here I'm going to be showing the room where they find Rumble McSkirmish with the Fight Fighters game, and this is the exact combo that Dipper used to get Rumble from the arcade machine. I did not know this off the top of my head. I completely forgot this while making the server, or well, yeah, while making the server, I completely forgot about what the combo was. I still don't know it at all. I'm not reading it, so I couldn't even say this if I wanted to. Um, so this is the combo. When making this, I had to watch the scene and hit pause, and then I had to make this. I had to watch the scene on YouTube and then make it based off of that. So heading over here to the Public Library of Gravity Falls. These are supposed to be computers, and I had to use custom skulls again for that. If you want to know how I got all these custom heads, I will leave a link for it down in the description below. It's a really good website if you need a custom head. Now, this is a room with a lot of eyes. I'm aware of the very obvious redstone there. I didn't even try to hide that. The fact that I said that this is a room with a lot of eyes kind of gave away what this room is supposed to be. But pull this over here, opens it up, and this is supposed to be the Blind Eye Society lair. So over here is supposed to be, this is the same on both sides, Mind Racer and a beam. And over here is supposed to be the Hall of the Forgotten. Yeah, this is about it. So right now I'm just trying to think if that was everything in the overworld. I believe it was. Yeah, that's it for what's in the overworld. Now, I'm going to not go into the nether portal. The nether portal is directly behind the Bill Cipher. I could take a tube up to it, but I'm just going to make a cut where I go into it because there's a massive lag spike that will happen when I go in. So I'm going to make a cut in the nether time. I'm gonna make a cut for when I go into the nether portal, and that's it for now. But we're back, and now I'm just going to quickly show off what one of these rooms looks like, and then get out of here. This is just what a standard room looks like. That's supposed to be made for it, same as the other ones. Now, this is supposed to be the Globnar Arena. This is supposed to be the entrance for the challengers. And then over here, this long pathway on both sides the same. There's a chest with wafers. So, in the Globnar Arena, this is supposed to be the Time Baby and the two robots he has next to him. This is supposed to be the scoreboard, and it's supposed to be the Cyclops, the space chest thing. They had to like battle with sort of lightsabers and jump over this. In the shows, like it spins around and tries to knock you off and shaped like a clock. Yep, future swords. Over here is supposed to be a the future bike race where you go over here, down here, and this would be the finish line. I actually could go through that if I wanted to, but I don't have the time to do that. And then over here, it's supposed to be the laser tag area. Where you go through here, and then not realistic to the show. We have to do that, and then time wish. And I'm aware, yeah, you could go in that way, but I say do that just for the sake of it. I don't know. And then the last thing in the server that I made was the Infinitentiary. Yeah, that's really hard to say. And you're probably wondering, how are you supposed to get up there? There's no way to get up to that thing. Well, this is where you're wrong. I made a staircase out of barrier blocks. Remember? Yep. I named him Blanded, and then just the rest of these Prisoner. And then this is supposed to be like another fridge. Right click that, you get food. And then in here, this, confiscated items from them. That's it. Please go like, subscribe. If you can think of anything else I need to add, please let me know. I tried to add in as much as I could. I chose not to make the Northwest Mansion because we are not shown a lot of that, and it is really huge. So that's the reason I did not make that build in particular. Anything else, let me know in the comments below. And that's it. Goodbye.